Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Along the Spiritual Journey. So, I have watched so many people get on the bandwagon of talking about how being positive or being happy can be detrimental. And I recognize that there's times where people can overcompensate, most definitely. But I feel it's the same for negativity. I think we're so used to the default of negativity that it's easier to stay negative and try to force someone into a narrative of them needing to prove a point or teach you something that you don't believe or have yet to been introduced to. It is not the world's responsibility to prove anything to you. I've said this so many times and times and times again to so many different people. Anytime I see someone in a conversation and they're having maybe a small debate, and one person is just harping on prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it. Who are you for me to prove it to? You know what I mean? It's like you want me to prove something to you that you don't believe in. So therefore, who are you for me to prove something to? And I understand that it's important for people to have a level of proof or truth to feel like they understand. But it is not necessary to be disrespectful to others or cut them off because you don't get it or you don't see it. There's so many conditional things that we've been given that has taught us that if you sound intellectual, if you are intellectual, then you have the right to be disrespectful, rude, or obnoxious. That is not how this works. We as a society get off on people can talk really fast and read somebody really fast and say a bunch of words to make them sound like they just crushed them. But to me, that is still another level of bullying culture. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I can chop you up to next week with my tongue. But me as a person with intellect, I understand that that's a waste of energy. I'm not going to use my energy to try to defeat someone who clearly is not able to or willing to cooperate with nuances of growing, of healing, of being open, of understanding that, listen, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with somebody who literally doesn't care to listen. There are too many excuses for us to let go and watch people suffer because we don't understand the emotional condition versus just allowing ourselves to be open to things happen, let them. And then when you see how it happens, you learn from it. But we don't become condescending to the point that now we are triggered by others' emotional healing, emotional wellness, or just their state of understanding that everything is not in my control and I have to be okay with that. I don't know who needed to hear this, but I love you.